Compositor. Oh, it's already an info setting new layer, so you should have that already. If you try to find setting new layout, do you have it there? I see it's there, it's here.
I was thinking if we can put the information, this drop down here, log error debug. So it will be
yes, why did it do that? I think there was a problem to do that with the session filtering, if I remember correctly. I have to check. Because Loki is quite limited, unfortunately, for doing this kind of stuff. And for some reason, that was not possible. But it was like literally 1 year ago or something, so I may be wrong. But you can always use Control F and try to find something, right?
Yes, that's the school time trick.
Yeah. Yeah, so all of those will be gone with the patch I just wrote.
Okay, perfect. So any other question? You can reduce the size of this screen share.
Okay.
All right. So one thing, Shiza was joining and leaving again and again. Is something wrong with her internet? Okay. Yeah, that's. But the rest of the team is like here. Nobody had issue. Hira or Nimra had issue, I think.
Sir, Hira is not in the meeting.
So she left.
And I guess Nimra just leave.
Maybe it's full because we are 10?
No, it's a 12 people that you can
Okay.
put. All right. How do you see the screen? Like the screen share very clean? Like
Yeah,
clear?
for me it's very good.
Backstage?
Yeah. From Pakistan, the internet is sometimes like really behaving weirdly and.
Yeah, but now each subscriber will have its own quality, right? Using the dynamic bitrate. So
but
that
how come the
explain.
ticker is transparent? We didn't have transparent ticker.
Studio server doesn't care about like this specific that it cannot be transparent. It's front end, whatever it sends it.
Yeah,
So
you can put you put a background color, and it has alpha channel, so you can have it transparent if you want.
So it's
It's always been like that, but it depends of what the front end asks to the server. But we support transparency.
Hira, did you leave the meeting yourself, or was it disconnecting and reconnecting?
Sir, I just joined.
Okay. Was it Nimra then which left? I'm just. So did you, Nimra? Did it disconnect itself and rejoin?
I think it was Shiza.
My internet connection was not stable.
Okay.
And I was getting an error that the host left the.
Okay. We can see the visual.
I guess it was Shiza. And she's stuck in connecting.
But.
And they will join within 5.
Yeah, so the internet is bad. But I'm actually happy for one thing. If compared to the last time what we had, I think we couldn't do that long meeting from Pakistan. The internet was the same, but and it was actually working with StreamYard, but not with OneStream. So this time we actually achieved this with this substream. So this actually has helped a lot. And the algorithm that you wrote in the studio server to decrease, increase, publisher bitrate, etc. So this is like really a major achievement.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. It's the first time I'm using this kind of feature as well, so I didn't really know what difference it will make for real life use case, but
Yeah. So, do you have any other questions?
for me not. But yeah, for
Actually,
the
we
log
have questions for
stuff.
you.
Yeah, but
We
the
are
log
not
stuff,
taking
like I
questions.
said, it really started like a debug tool for me to watch log. So to have something actually useful for support, I need to know what you guys need as information, and we need to make sure to generate those log so they can be useful for you depending on when you read. But I didn't change anything from this release for that, so it will be basically the same kind of log you used to have with the current production studio.
Mhm, mhm. But yeah, I think it should be. But uh, I am like, if I actually tell you on behalf of customer support, they actually want to like, their intentions. A customer comes, he says, my live stream is out of sync or it's pixelated. Which line should I check? Which can give me some information?
Yeah, the problem is there is no easy answer to that because
Okay, good luck.
a lot of things can fail between their computer, studio server, and then the streaming service. So unfortunately, we don't have any automated way to know where things are broken. The
But
best we
if there
can
is too
do
much
is to have
pixelation,
heuristic and try to poke various metrics and display that. That's, for example, the packet loss you show, these kind of things that may help. But it's impossible to have a definitive answer just programmatically.
packet loss is something. Actually, this is one of the main things. If there is packet loss, so it means the packets are not arriving. So there is something wrong with from the source or the network or
Mm-hmm.
something. But other than this, there could be a way. For example, if a person's stream is buffering, right? Uh, but it's crisp, but it's buffering. So in that case, Studio Server is not responsible because it may happen that the person has created meeting in United States and he is sending stream to Singapore
Mm-hmm.
by RTMP. It's a very long latency and it actually creates this kind of buffering issue. So that's another thing. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think if you want to improve the log for this kind of use case, we need to reproduce them and then check which metrics could be used to detect that. But that's a case by case thing to investigate.
and I'm thinking, what about the recording? If some, can you actually, the customer, I'll ask customer support. So, what kind of issues happen in recording related?
In theory, it should not fail, except
So,
if the recording server, so it's we use S3 storage, right, for recording, if I
Google
remember
Cloud
correctly.
storage.
Yeah, Google Cloud.
Mostly,
And
mostly issues are related to like the quality of the recording.
So, is it
Uh,
like
so
very good? That's why.
users are saying that it's streamed fine, but in recording it's pixelated, or sometimes audio video are not synced.
okay, so pixelated may just be because the bitrate of the recording is too low. If people have very complex content with a lot of moving part, which can be properly compressed, you may have bad video quality. I think we hardcode the bitrate for recording, right? It's hardcoded
It
somewhere in the
was
configuration.
4,000 yes, but I
Yeah,
can check
maybe we
that.
should consider increasing that, assuming
Yeah,
we can pay the extra storage.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of why recording will be bad if streaming is good. Because
Out of sync issue.
out
What
of
about
sync
the out of
issue is it's another story. But quality in general, because it's exactly the same composition output which is being streamed and which is being recorded.
Yes, correct.
It's the same thing. Then we encode it twice, one for streaming, one for recording. So bitrate may be the culprit if you have bad image quality.
I can actually, for remind me tomorrow about the recording bitrate. I will actually do some adjustment in the API, right? To
Mhm.
increase the bitrate for the
All right.
recording so the quality is good. Related to the out of sync, uh, if the stream doesn't, if the live stream is in sync, but recording is out of sync, That should not happen, actually, theoretically.
Yeah. So that's a bug in the recording pipeline. And so that's something I need to debug because that's a complicated problem somewhere in the timestamp.
Okay. Users also previously reported this issue that the audio is missing from their recording.
Really? Again, something. If you have the audio in the streaming but not in the recording, that's a bug I would be quite interested to look at because that should not happen again. But
audio was missing from the recording or the streaming?
From the recording.
That's really strange. Okay, yeah. So it's a bug somewhere, but it's weird that QA never report this kind of problem. So I'm really wondering what's different between what QA is testing and what users are experiencing.
I wanted to ask if we can logs regarding the audio quality. Remember a user who reported an issue with host's audio. He would hear his host. His guest. Not able to hear his guest. I asked him to, try it again, but it was his first experience, and he just wanted to cancel, and he didn't try again. Issue as well. So, in this kind of cases, if we can get any in the logs regarding the audio.
Yeah, the problem with that is, so like in a call like we are now, one was not hearing the other directly in the web interface.
The host was not able to hear the guest.
Yeah, then it's a front-end problem somehow because the server, when you are using the composition like we are doing now, each client is talking directly to everyone. It's peer-to-peer. The server is not doing anything regarding audio. So that's the kind of thing we should check on the front end because that means something is not going right between the WebRTC stream between participants. But I'm afraid that's not something Studio Server can help with. We can log anything because it doesn't see the audio stream between clients like we are doing now.
Actually, this new version of Studio will help a lot in a lot of things. It's like it has been, like it's very well prepared this time. I'm just thinking about the recording part. So streaming should be fine as well, recording as well. But if you see any kind of these issues again from after tomorrow, like in recording, so try to actually, what data do you need, Guillaume, for this?
Ideally, in a perfect world, a way to reproduce, so I can actually debug that.
Oh, the reproducing is like the hardest part.
Yeah, I know. That's the story of my life. But the problem is this kind of bug, it may take me days to debug, to find out exactly what's falling inside which pipeline and why and how. So,
but do you think there could be a reason that it's actually writing directly to the Google Cloud Storage and it's actually...
No, because we have the mixer in the middle, so it really makes no sense.
If the user write it to local file system, it will be very fast or it doesn't matter.
It should not matter because we have the mixer, which is taking audio and video, mixing that together in a single stream.
So then it's a problem in the mixer, maybe some kind of
I have no idea. I really don't know. And that's the kind of things I need to look very, very precisely at what's going on.
We do have the video recording files from Janus as well in the Google Cloud Storage.
Yes, but that's just the incoming stream from the client. Each client will have the recording, but then the mixing and everything. So yeah, unfortunately for that, we need to do a lot of testing and try to figure out what's going wrong.
For the customer support, did it happen to a specific user multiple times, the recording issue, like multiple times?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Usually few
like
users.
Every time or every second, third time.
Yeah. And we still have two formats for recording, right? We used to have MKV, MP4, if I remember correctly. Do we still do that?
I think this time it's just one format. MKV, I think.
So the kind of information I'll need is it happening with both? Is it happening only with MKV, only with MP4? These kind of things. So we can narrow down the problem. How many participants? But no, because it's all mixed together. Yeah, it's a composite audio. So you should have the composite audio. That is. Yeah, honestly, I'm clueless because we process all the audio of all the participants. We mix everything for streaming, which is the audio composition, and we use the exact same one for the
हाँ मैं join
recording.
किया ना.
Right. So if we have one, we should have the other. That's really strange. And that's the first time I ring about this bug, so I didn't really think about it.
I think I'll actually ask Farwa and her team to get us some person with whom it's producing more often. We can give him some free monthly packages, but we just want to reproduce that issue with him.
Yeah, I think let's be constructive. The very first thing will be to open a bug on Studio Server, so we have a place to track that. And each time it happens, attach the full logs you have of the whole session. So maybe I can find something there. But that's how we address another very annoying issue we had with MP Encoder is uploading logs.
Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, one important thing. Are we writing this studio session logs in the file system as well? Or no? I don't think so.
I don't think so, but we can easily because it's the same code as MP Encoder.
Well, actually, we would need this because this, if it's gone from Loki, we will have a copy of it in the cloud storage.
Yeah, so and we have a lot of troubles with all logged with Loki, so that may be. Yeah, I can add that. It's quite easy because the whole code.
It's okay not to do it now because tomorrow we are releasing, so everything is tested. So I don't want to have some impression. After tomorrow, we can release it in the next iteration.
Okay, I think it's a matter of me adding a config file option with the directory and using that, so it should be quite easy. I'll have that tomorrow then.
Okay. Farwa, you can write a ticket as well that in CDM you should have a studio log file from the cloud storage. So basically, then you can just directly give the log link to him, and he can check directly for the user.
Yeah. I think for this type of weird and annoying bug, which happen every once in a while, the best way to do is open a ticket and keep uploading logs. So maybe I can find a pattern or something like that. But yeah, I need information to work with. So.
All right.
I have a question. If the user faced an issue with the camera while selecting the camera, or sometimes they cannot see, like they select the camera in other Google Meet and Zoom and other platforms, but not on OneStream. So if user reported such issues, can we check the details in the logs, or is there any other way?
Yeah, actually, that's the second thing. Second time I'm thinking about that. That's a front-end problem. So the webcam selection, the microphone selection, all of that is handled by the front end. So maybe we should have a debug page or something on the front end showing this kind of information. So to help you guys finding out what's going on there. Because unfortunately, all this is done by the front end, and the server doesn't know anything about that. So it cannot be in logs. So you have no way for users to support them when they have problem with that. So maybe we should have some way to fetch that from the front end. I don't know. I don't know if the front end is testing their stuff, or if they have log in the JavaScript console or thing like that. I don't know. But it may be something to consider at some point, because the server cannot know everything because it just know what is handling.
Okay.
Don't know. Would that make sense to have that? I don't know.
Yeah. So you're saying that we can check this from front end.
Yes, but I don't know what's the best way to present you. Well, present the user, because the user will have to click, but to have like a debug panel or something, which is kind of hidden, so it's not part of the official UI. But so you can check things more easily with customers when they have support on the front end.
Okay.
But that's something we'll have to discuss with the front end team to see what kind of information they could display to help them debug this kind of problem. Because typically, if it's a webcam selection problem, it's a front-end problem. So that's something they have to debug on their side.
All right.
Any more questions for me or Kim?
Nothing from my side.
You can anyways DM us or write it in the channels, like if you have some questions. So we'll be able to answer you. But for the time being, use these logs, and I think Yum has put some pet set, so I think that will actually give you more information. After tomorrow, we will have next iterations for the logs, like logs in the cloud storage, or if you want some more logs, etc. These kind of things. And for studio recording issue, please create separate GitLab tickets already. So which kind of issues happen, like out of sync, or the recording was not saved, I think, right? And the pixelation, etc. Separately 3 tickets, and then it will be tracked separately. And for the user who has this issue coming more often in the recording, try to engage with him and let me know. I'll talk to him, and then we can actually
Okay.
discuss with him.
As far as I remembered, he was an AppSumo user. So he will be happy to connect. I guess Shazad.
Yeah, it disappeared.
Yeah. He stopped
So he
sharing.
stopped the sharing and he left.
Yes, and now he's unable to join because I'm getting plan limit.
Because yes, we need wait for the participant to time out. That's one of the problem with the new system when you can rejoin and keep the stream, but then you still count for the participant limit. I think Frontend came up with some workaround for that, but I don't know the details.
But now we should check logs and actually see why he left, why he dropped, and can we see that in the logs?
I don't know. Which server are you using?
I can share the meeting ID. Let me check.
Farwa, have you shared meeting ID into you?
Yes.
Studio support here. Yeah, I still have all the stuff I disabled. No, because we don't log at info level the participant joining and leaving, so you don't have that there. That may be something you may have. Again, you need to tell me what kind of info you are looking for.
But is there some information? I was just curious to see if there's anything you can find in the log. For example, the browser crashed for the part or anything. Is there information in the debug logs or what?
In the debug, yes.
Because these
That's
are
the kind of
questions that customer support will probably. Are you guys able to see the debug logs for what?
You are, but no, you don't have the because it's another screen. But yeah, I'll take a look to see if I can add a filter or something in on the support stream like we have for the if you use the Studio Pulse server view, then you have the debug log.
So you can only see info logs at the moment.
Yeah, that's what we decided when we discussed that last time, is there was no point for them to flood them with all the technical details, which are relevant to me when I'm debugging something, but which is not to them because it's too technical. So we decide to limit to info level, meaning that we have to add extra logs for things they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's a case by case. Those are enabled on a case by case basis. And there's the extra problem, there are way too much stuff in info now because of this increasing, decreasing quality, but I'm changing that. Could push my branch actually. So yeah, for that, I think the best way to go forward is really for you to test various cases, check if you have those in the support log, and if not, open a ticket and telling I need that, and then I can log for that. I think it's easier that way.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, and soon my patch with the decreasing the lock level for the bitrate and substream quality stuff will be merged, so you'll have less clutter there as well. And just push the branch. Okay. Is there anything else while I'm here?
And if there's no question from customer support team, then I guess you can leave.
Okay. So yeah, so don't hesitate to open tickets when you need stuff from me. That's really the easiest way, so I can keep track on everything. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Gio.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. हजरात
हाँ जी अब आए ना
नहीं मैं आपसे कहना चाह रहा हूँ आपने YouTube का एक नई स्ट्रीम बनाई थी राइट
जी बिल्कुल मैंने आपको बताया था कि मैंने खुद स्टॉप किया और फिर दोबारा स्टार्ट किया है
तो दोबारा स्टार्ट करने वाले पे जो लिंक है वो नया होगा ना
सर मैंने नया लिंक ही शेयर किया आपके साथ
नया लिंक मेरे पास तो ये वाला लिंक जो मैंने चलाया है तो वो तो बंद हो चुका है 6 मिनट चला है और बंद हो गया हुआ है
सर ये
स्क्रीन शेयरिंग वाला
मैंने आपके साथ लिंक कैसे शेयर किया ये जो ऐप जा रही है ना स्ट्रीम इस पे मैं क्लिक कर रही हूँ तो ये जिस लिंक पे मुझे रीडायरेक्ट कर रहा है मैं वो आपके साथ शेयर कर दिया है
तो वो आपको नजर आ रहा है ये वाली जो मीटिंग वहाँ नजर आ रही है ये वाला सेशन
मुझे देखने दें यस
मतलब आपने शेयर कर दिया चेक तो करें
ओके इट्स नॉट लाइव इट्स ये पहले वाला ही दे रहा है अभी भी लेकिन मेरी स्ट्रीम लाइव है फ्रंट एंड है वो गलत लिंक दे रहा है
हाँ अगर स्टॉप करके दोबारा स्टार्ट करें इसका एक बग बना दीजिएगा लेकिन आप मुझे वो तो लिंक भेजिए ना जो सही वाला है
मैं लिंक आपको देती हूँ दूसरे ब्राउजर से सॉरी मैंने ना देखा नहीं कि चल रही है कि नहीं मैं आपको देती हूँ
ये बग है लगेंगे हमें इसको ठीक करने में बट वी आर वेरी क्लोज अच्छा आप सब लोग विदाउट कॉम्पोजिशन आए हुए हैं इज दैट करेक्ट कॉम्पोजिशन से तो नहीं कोई आया ना
किसी ने गौर ही नहीं किया
मतलब कोई टॉगल जब आप आए हैं बस जस्ट
तो फिर सारे विदाउट कॉम्पोजिशन है ना तो फिर ठीक चला
एक्सीलेंट
ठीक चल रहा है लेकिन वी नीड कॉम्पोजिशन
कॉम्पोजिशन चल आएगी तो और भी बेहतर होगा ये शिजा का क्या है जॉइंट सेशन लेफ्ट सेशन जॉइंट सेशन लेफ्ट सेशन
तो उनका इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम है शायद। ओके